only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Namaskar, welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. Now, recently, United States has issued a warning to nations considering business deals with Iran, and this development comes after India signed an agreement to operate the Chabahar port in Iran for 10 years. Now, let's know more about Chabahar port. So, friends, it is an India-Iran flagship project that serves as an important transit port for trade with Afghanistan and Central Asian countries, and it is important for 7,200-kilometer long international north-south transport corridor for moving freight between India, Iran, Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Russia, Central Asia, and Europe. Next article talks about Nissar satellite, and recently ISRO chairman stated that it can monitor tectonic movements accurately. Talking about the Nissar satellite, it is a joint Earth observing mission between NASA and ISRO, and it will map the entire globe in 12 days. It will provide data for understanding changes in Earth's ecosystem, ice mass, vegetation biomass, sea level rise, groundwater, and natural hazards including earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, and landslides. Nissar is a synthetic aperture radar satellite with two bands. One is S-band and other is L-band. S-band payload has been made by the ISRO and L-band payload by the US. Next article focuses upon regulatory sandboxes in artificial intelligence. Now, what is regulatory sandbox? So friends, it refers to live testing of new products or services in a controlled regulatory environment, and now regulatory sandboxes have become a significant instrument in various countries. They are used to evaluate innovations within a defined and monitored time frame. Next article talks about hepatitis A, and it is in the news because recently Kerala is seeing its worst outbreak of the hepatitis A, which is an inflammation of the liver and caused by hepatitis A virus. Talking about its transmission, it is primarily spread when an uninfected person ingests food or water that is contaminated with the feces of an infected person. This disease is closely associated with unsafe water or food, inadequate sanitation, poor personal hygiene, and oral anal sex. This is common in low and middle income countries with poor sanitary conditions and hygienic practices, and there is no specific treatment for hepatitis A. Next article is related to flirt variant of COVID virus, which refers to a group of variants which have emerged from Omicron JN1 lineage. They are rapidly spreading across the US, and do you know friends, the most prominent flirt variant is KP2, which has become the dominant strain in the US, and symptoms associated with flirt infection include sore throat, cough, fatigue, nasal congestion, runny nose, headache, muscle aches, fever, potential loss of taste or smell. Now, recently OpenAI introduced its latest large language model called GPT4o, and here O stands for Omni. According to OpenAI, this will make ChatGPT smarter and easier to use. It has been developed to enhance human-computer interactions. It lets users input any combination of text, audio, and image and receive responses in the same formats. It is capable of interacting using text and vision, which means it can view screenshots, photos, documents, or charts uploaded by the users. Next article is related to India Volatility Index, which is rising due to uncertainties. Volatility Index is a measure of market's expectation of volatility over the near term. It is often described as the rate and magnitude of changes in prices, and in finance often referred to as risk. Chicago Board of Options Exchange was the first to introduce the Volatility Index for the US markets in 1993. And do you know friends, India's Volatility Index is based on Nifty Index option prices. In the last, let's know about India Skills 2024, which is India's biggest skill competition, and it will commence in New Delhi from today onwards. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has organized the inauguration ceremony. It is expected that it will witness the participation of more than 900 students from more than 30 states and union territories and over 400 industry experts. It is a 4-day competition, and it will allow participants to showcase their diverse skills and talent on a national platform across 61 skills from traditional crafts to cutting-edge technologies. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.